As we wrap up the month and turn the page to a new chapter in this year's USL League One season, we have one more match before the calendar flips. Richmond Kickers and AC Boise, two clubs who suffered midweek losses, ready to get back on track and climb the league table. Sets up a fun one made possible by UCrops. And I'm Josh Lill, happy to have you with us tonight. The Kickers, they get their first ever look at AC Boise, and in previous matchups against expansion teams in their first season, Richmond hasn't had it easy. Three clubs in their inaugural campaigns made the league playoffs over the last 2 years. Boise well on track to make the postseason. They're the best in the league in chance creation. They want to set the tempo. It's important for Richmond to absorb that attacking pressure and find success in transitional moments. And it's in those counter-attacking opportunities that they found a lot of success. They went on a 3-game win streak and saw an uptick not only in the conversion rate, but in that goals and shots per 90 category. Coach Sawansky attributes this positive play to mainly Tarek Banholzer, who's not only very good at creating for himself, but he sets up players centrally and brings in guys like Darwin Espinal from underneath. And it's forced defenses to account for every single field player on this Richmond roster. And a couple of key players are Las Abogadas RVA players to watch for the Kickers, Tarek Banholzer and Nils Seufert. And for the German native, he battled an injury sustained early on in the preseason, and he's irreplaceable, according to Darren Sawatsky. And that record, well, it speaks volumes. They've won all their league games with Seufert and are winless in his absence. Things have been looking good for Nate Miller's side at AC Boise. They started 5 games unbeaten across all competitions at home, but they faced a little adversity with the injury to Jake Dangler and the mid-season swap at goalkeeper. Even then, this coaching staff, they're quite optimistic about the future. They feel if they can improve individual defending and keep a solid, compact shape behind the ball, Boise could certainly rise back up to the top ranks of League One. And Dennis Kostashin, our Las Abogadas RVA player to watch for Boise, the reigning player of the month in the league, who averaged a goal contribution every 58 minutes in April. And although he hasn't found the back of the net in league play this month, you have to account for his vertical ability and take away his left foot. Can the Ukrainian forward help wreak offensive havoc and increase his team's conversion rate? Well, only time will tell, and it will certainly be something to keep an eye on. Tonight, we honor those who served our country. It's Military Appreciation Night at City Stadium, and the first of 2 meetings over the next couple of weeks between Richmond and Boise. Stay tuned, starters to kick off. Up next.
We would not have a business today if it weren't for the support of the many, many people within the Richmond community. To me, we're working as a team to enhance the quality of life for all residents.
It's about being the best that you can be. It's about enriching the lives of people in your community. There's a reason why we have the tagline Nourish, because it's really about nourishing the lives of the people that work for us and the people that we serve. That's what the UCrops brand stands for.
Welcome to Royal New Kent Golf Club. Designed by world-renowned architect Mike Strantz, Royal New Kent's a one-of-a-kind Irish-style golf course located 20 minutes east of Richmond, Virginia. Royal New Kent was featured in Golf Week's top 100 public courses in the country. Hidden behind grassy knolls and hand-stacked rock walls, each hole offers several playing options to fit a wide range of abilities. Visit royalnewkent.com or follow us on social media for more information on tee times and rates. Remember, come to Royal New Kent Golf Club to Golf Ireland in Virginia.
We choose Impossible Pups because of their enrichment activities and the fun photos they send home every day.
We choose Impossible Pups because Kendall is excited when I drop her off and she's excited when I pick her up.
My favorite part about working at Impossible Pups is that the staff here feels like family.
Seeing new dogs come in and build long-lasting confidence.
At Impossible Pups, your dog isn't just staying at a kennel, they're staying at their home away from home.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
We are moments away from kickoff at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. An eye-catching contest awaits our arrival, made possible by Tech for Troops. Taking a look at the starting 11, first up for Richmond, sponsored by Ortho Virginia. A couple of changes for Coach Sawatsky after being pummeled by Chattanooga in the midweek. Luca Dorado and Austin Amer back into the 11. The former makes his second league start of the year. It's an unchanged backline for the team that has the fourth most blocks in the league this year. And for the visitors, two changes, for Nate Miller. Side Dennis Kostashin and Dominic Gasso begin their nights on the bench. Joe Hansen makes his first career Boise start. Thomas Among, praised for his finishing ability, slotted up top in hopes of increasing that conversion rate. Of course, you'll have to account for Blake Bodley and Nick Moon in the wide areas. But in the central part of the pitch, it's Stephen Foster. Make sure everything is in order. Checks the watch, puts the whistle up, sounds it, and we are underway from City Stadium in beautiful Richmond, Virginia. I'm Josh Lill. Happy to have you with us tonight. Always a great crowd on hand at the home of the Richmond Kickers. And we're greeted with glorious weather as well. Blue skies here at kickoff, 7:06 local time. Early chance for Richmond. They had Boise on the back foot. And an early opportunity created by Darwin Espinal. Inside the first minute, Coach Sawatsky's side off an early bounce. Espinal able to control it. Couldn't nest it behind the Boise starting keeper, Jonathan Cleaver. 73 degrees at kickoff. The sun with its powerful rays shining down onto the pitch should set around 8:24 in the middle of the second half. Jan Filion with his first touch. Boise want to keep the ball in their attacking park. They're aggressive enough, willing to jump the passing lanes. Get a little risky with it to keep it in, and there are the Richmond supporters. The Red Army out in full force on a beautiful evening. This injury report is presented by Bon Secours, and for Darren Sawatsky's side, they suffered a lot of injury throughout the preseason. Ethan Koss, the only man unavailable for the Kickers. For the visitors, Charlie Adams, Jake Dengler, and Dominic Gasso unavailable. And that is your injury report brought to you by Bon Secours. When talking with Coach Sawatsky in the days leading up to this match, given the losses that they've suffered lately, he didn't really attribute it to anything tactical on the pitch. It was more or less, your best ability is availability. Multiple players who had been out for a long time this season back in the matchday squad, most notably Tyler Freeman and Sean Vinberg available. Freeman had only taken part in 2 matches this year. Vinberg has started in 3 out of 4 league games. Such huge personalities, both on the attacking and defensive sides of the ball. Back available for Darren Sawatsky. Ball into the corner, difficult pass, and it's steered aside. Boise setting up shop in the attacking half. Little shove, and it stays with the visitors. Led by Nate Miller. Chosen as the man for the job to lead this first-year side. It currently sits in 7th in the League One table. 4 wins, 4 losses 2 draws coming into this one. Bodily, tough angled shot. Steered aside by Jan Filion. Bodily, the captain, came out of nowhere. And for Jan Filion, that's a bit of a Schross play. It doesn't look like a cross, or is it created as a shot? It's tough to judge. And not a good sign. Stephen Foster waving on the medical team to check on Jan Filion. Filion, the first year keeper for the Richmond Kickers. Coming into this one, 8 starts in the league. Conceded 12, stopped 29. He's picked up a couple of shutouts, and of course, last outing against Chattanooga. A rough one for the entire club. But this is a savvy veteran that the club has brought in here. And the Red Army at the edge of their seats and to their feet in hopes of seeing their starting keeper continue. Good sign to see as Jan Filion back to his feet. It is a corner kick for AC Boise. Early set piece for the club that is ever so dominant in service. Hayden Sarge is back over to take. Has been the latest replacement for Jake Dangler, who is out with injury and continues to develop chemistry with veterans Jake Kroll and Jonathan Ricketts. Low service knocked away and kept in by the visitors. Sarge, that one deflected. Settled down. Boise wants a handball. There's Tumi Moshaban calling for it. Cross backside. Snagged out of the air by Jan Filion. Richmond goes quickly. Filion way off his line. Might have to get back in a hurry with this high press from the visitors. Heavy touch, but Richmond able to contain. Mayaka. Inya. Musa Inya. Bumps to the far side. Rick gets on the ground. Moshaban back. Mayaka sees a chance through. And it falls in favor of Richmond, who certainly would love to get on the score sheet first, considering they fell 5-0 at the hands of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. I think unconventional is probably the perfect term to describe that match as. Bodily inside. Richmond come together to protect Jan Filion. Loves every bit of it, but would love to see a little less action right at the edge of his 6-yard box. Red Army with hopes of using sound to distract AC Boise. One of the loudest supporter sections in all of USL League One. It's Blake Bodily to take the set piece duties. Within swing, low on the ground. Ricketts was there. Richmond unable to get out and run. Bodily with Espinal defending. Anderson with the poke. Espinal plays it ahead. Dribble through. Chance in the box. That shot denied by Jan Filion. Another excellent chance for Boise early on. Chance creation, otherworldly. Sam Layton doing his best to defend Tumi Moshaban in open space. Filion closed it down. Bodily, just as he did moments ago. Set to take service. This one a little higher to the back post. And last touched by Richmond. Possession stats quite opposite for both these clubs. For the hosts, second lowest in the league, around 38%. And for Hayden Sargis' side, they possess the ball just north of about 56%. They've been able to get forward quickly and effectively, but can they finish their chances? And that one hits the top of the netting. Tonight's keys to the game are presented by Haley for Richmond. It's be the back burners, and for Nate Miller, as you can see, he knows his guys are going to have to roll up their sleeves tonight. Richmond, a very blue-collared team in how they attack, but especially how they defend. It certainly won't be easy, and he noted it is set to be a highly physical match for Richmond, a team that has not possessed the ball at a high rate, as we just mentioned. Knows Boise loves to get numbers forward, but again, with numbers in the attacking half, leaves opportunity available in the back end of the pitch, and they'll have to take advantage of it. Right now, Nick Moon over to Bodily for the one-timer, and that curler nearly strikes the woodwork. And again, Boise continue to threaten action after action. Nick Moon and Blake Bodily, the 1-2 punch for this Boise team. The Wombo combo nearly opens the scoring here at City Stadium. Boise already with 3 shots, 2 of them on target. Aside from the early opportunity from Darwin Espinal, Richmond have been unable to create in their attacking half, and this foul whistled by Stephen Foster certainly won't help. Stephen Foster would love to keep this match as easygoing as possible, but it's such a physical league. Both clubs with such fierce passion, and you can sense it if you watched any of the home games for both of these clubs. Of course, Boise set the single game attendance record. Richmond currently 3rd in the league in average attendance, with around 4,700 people attending matches each week. They only sit behind AC Boise and Portland Hearts of Pine. Tough hit, a whistle, and Filion wasn't ready to come off his line and had to. Sam Layton and company are barking at Stephen Foster to stop play, as there is an injury to their captain, Dakota Barnathan. A tough sight for the Richmond faithful, as Barnathan got a little tangled up and fell awkwardly. Immediately waved his upper body in painful reaction. If anyone is Mr. Richmond kicker, it's this man, Dakota Barnathan. Earlier this year celebrated his 100th regular season League One match with the Kickers at Spokane. And even more impressively, he hit 10,000 League One regular season minutes just a few days ago at Chattanooga. A little ginger to get up, but good to see him on both feet. Barnathan tied 6th all-time in the history of the Richmond Kickers, 4 matches played across all competitions. This is the heartbeat of this team. He's versatile. He can play all over the pitch. And just looking at how he fell, certainly hit the ground in an awkward spot. Motion that it might have been an upper body injury. And the training staff set to take a look at their club's captain. While the training staff takes a look, no substitution ready for Richmond. Barnathan wants to get back to the pitch. Possession has been controlled by 76% in favor of Boise, and the absence of Dakota Barnathan certainly won't help. Richmond currently with 10 men. As Barnathan right above the Bon Secours sign, getting looked at, you can see his back. Great sign for the Kickers as he heads near the touchline and will await further entry by the 4th official, but here comes Philip Mayaka. Evaded a few defenders. Advantage played. Can Richmond capitalize? Field of play switched. Tarek Panholzer, 3 goals in his last 5 games. Would love a 4th. Mirana, service inside, deflected. Boise contained. Mayaka whiffed on the pass. Immediately hounded. Panholzer back. Mirana. Mujib Mirana. There's Dakota Barnathan. Great to see him back on the pitch. Okay. A foul whistled against Richmond. He draws the boo birds from the crowd. Again, they're eager to see their club get back on the right foot after that Chattanooga loss. I mean, it was a monsoon at the home of the Red Wolves. And it really played into the favor of a team that really doesn't need the ball to succeed by any means. This one nearly intercepted. Corralled by Panholzer. Makes Moon miss. Tarek Panholzer opts outside. Mirana. Mujib Mirana. Works to the opposite side. Espinal settles it down. Somehow leaks through. Darwin Espinal. Centering ball. That one rejected. It's one back. Mirana. Turns. That shot took a tip off a Boise defender, Sargis, right there. And it draws the first corner kick of the evening for the Richmond Kickers. It's the most consistent play attacking-wise that we've seen from Darren Sawatsky's side today. As Nils Seufert takes the first corner. Sam Layton, who stands 6'2", certainly a target for this header. It's Mirana. Couldn't get the touch. Panholzer. Dorado. Is that one deflected? And back-to-back corners for the hosts. Luca Dorado in his 2nd League One start in a Richmond Kicker kit with early chance creation. Draws the corner kick. A veteran acquisition for this Richmond side. Dorado, 8 goals and 2 assists. last year with forward Madison. They're hoping that he can help jolt an attack that's been quieted this year. A couple of Richmond players fight for that header inside the area. It trickles out. Soifert and company keep. Hayden Anderson. Hansen in pursuit. Hayden Anderson from an inverted position. Thompson right where you would find the defensive midfielders. Back in his spot, makes an underlapping run. Finally gets the ball. His feet down the far side. Crossing chance here for Richmond. It's off of Sargis yet again. Great defensive mentality. Even though they concede the corner, Sargis in the right spot. Doesn't allow clean entry into that central area of the box, in which Richmond can be very dangerous. Soifert again. Dangerous header, sits down. It falls to Mayaka. Richmond plead for a handball. They'll get a corner kick. A wicked curler here from Soifert. Mayaka attempted to keep it in. To no avail on his part. Soifert again in an identical spot. It sits. Shot from distance, it's finished! Austin Amer, his first goal as a Richmond kicker. And it puts the host out in front of Boise early on. A pump of the fist, followed by a standing ovation with a sigh of relief. What a response. Austin Amer, he saw that ball the whole way. Tracked it for about 5 yards, and there was no opportunity for Jonathan Cleaver to save it. Might have been screened. I wonder how much he battled the sun, but nonetheless, the Red Army is more alive than ever. Austin Amer grew up in the Orlando City Academy. The Tampa, Florida native has netted his first goal contribution here with the Richmond Kickers. Nate Miller mentioned tonight it would be so important to force Richmond to play the long ball as close to goal as possible and start their counterattack from as deep as possible. He can get away with it on a corner kick, maybe two. But several opportunities from the corner flag given, and they finally capitalize. Yellow card shown on the far side of the pitch. It's Jonathan Ricketts who hit the deck. And Luca Dorado shares words with Stephen Foster on the matter. Ricketts gets tied up. It's Dorado with a bit of a late challenge. Overstepped his boundary, literally and figuratively. Moon. Moreno took away that near touchline. Forces Boise to work it opposite. Deep boot here from Jonathan Cleaver. The flag raised on Thomas Among. Turn to the CBS Sports Network on Wednesday, June 10th for a USL Eastern Conference Championship clash under the lights. Tampa Bay Rowdies defend their home turf against battle-tested Charleston Battery at 7 p.m. Eastern. Catch all the action on the CBS Sports Network June 10th. Krull nearing the half-hour mark. Bodley gets around Layton. Blake Bodley centering ball. It could not be finished. Boise keep composure, and Hayden Anderson pries it free. What a defensive effort. Nate Miller wants a foul. His side keeps. Shot blocked. This guy's high into the air. We'll set up a throw-in. And the fourth official, Grofus, attempting to calm down Nate Miller, but right here, Blake Bodley feeds that ball right through a couple of defenders. A couple of pushes here and there, and Nate Miller up in arms about it, literally. Richmond on the counter. Panholzer, he's been hot. Can he convert? Very close. Boise knew the task at hand. Take away the counterattack for Richmond. Right now, they've been able to get forward quickly and effectively. Panholes are just a matter of feet. Away from slotting that one behind Jonathan Cleaver. All of a sudden, the kickers finding themselves on the ball frequently. Trailed in possession by 26%. O'Malley. Mayaka not having any of it. O'Malley pleads for a foul. But now it's Tumi Moshaban. Wanted the receive on the overlapping run, but he stays central. Bodley and Moon, what can they set up? Nick Moon takes it himself. Sliding challenge successful for Richmond. It's fed through. That's an inviting ball. And somehow kept in. Espinal takes it himself. Great one-on-one defending from AC Boise. Espinal in open space, so creative. Maybe not the quickest, but certainly knows how to get around a defender or two. Visitors refusing to give in. It looked like such a difficult play. Well, they scored off one corner kick. Can they do it again? Interesting to see how Soitfurt will play this. Has a little bit of heat to it. Finds the mitts of Jonathan Cleaver. Here's another look at it. Espinal. Right on Jonathan Ricketts. Tripped over the ball just a little bit, but took away the opportunity from Espinal, who scored 9 goals in 2025. This year with just 1. Darren Tawatsky knows it's just a matter of time before Espinal heats up. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Moon. Doinked off ahead. Jay Krull, such a big part of that shape improvement behind the ball to prevent the counterattack that Nate Miller and company would like to see. Certainly in the absence of Jake Dangler due to injury. Jake Krull, a voice on the back line. loses it. Richmond have brought the energy early. In front of a nice crowd here at City Stadium. 71 degrees still here. The sun shining so bright that makes us question who has the ball. Slow roller, Cleaver. This will get to midfield. Johansson in his first start with AC Boise across all competitions. Came from Treaty United, but those in North America might know him from his days with Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 and MLS Next Pro. Came up through their academy. Played second-tier soccer in Ireland. Today with a huge opportunity. The 11 for Nate Miller. Sargis played that one off the back of Mayaka. Looked negative in the moment. Somehow, Hansen and company able to keep it. Bodily calling for it. It's played inside by Hansen. What a move. Played through. Numbers for Richmond. Lofted off. Panholzer winds up and skies that one into the Richmond crowd. Luca Dorado hoping for the ball, and Darwin Espinal, so savvy. Found Dorado. Richmond had a 3-on-2. Could not convert nor even test Jonathan Cleaver. At the half-hour mark, Richmond up 1-0, courtesy of Austin Amer. His first goal contribution in a Richmond kit, assisted by Darwin Espinal. Has his side up 1 goal, just about 15 minutes before the halftime. Richmond out in front in the shots category 5-4, but it's been Boise who have tested the goalkeeper more frequently as Amon got through. And Filion able to play it up. Balls to Panholzer. Slips by Krull. Stephen Foster for the second time tonight brings out the yellow card. It is the first offense against the visitors. What a great battle between Krull and Panholzer, a veteran and a savvy first-year League One player going at it. Krull a little too much on the challenge. Sets up the free kick opportunity for Richmond. Seufert and Panholzer over this ball. Sam Layton scored a header against the Charlotte Independents in the first round of the Prince Tires USL Cup. Always in the conversation. He's more atop your screen. Panholzer flicks it back to Seufert. Clean header. Oh, what a stop! Can you take me higher? Jonathan Cleaver. My goodness. Excellent placed ball. Great header, and what a stop from Jonathan Cleaver. Richmond go quickly. Oh, another stop. The rebound prevented. Richmond fight through. The hand raised, it's offside against the Kickers. And how they did not come away with a goal, I don't think any of us will understand throughout the rest of the match. Quick chance played. It might have taken a deflection. And Sam Layton in search of putting it home. Ricketts gave his all. Jonathan Cleaver certainly has earned a quick breather. Cleaver might have taken a knock to the face as well. We'll take another look at it, as he is slow to get up. Tough to see at full speed, but there's the incredible stop. It's Sam Layton. Yep, and there's the kick. That can't be easy to shake off as the keeper. It's good to see Cleaver okay. That's one that'll certainly sting, but if there's any comfort, that might be a save of the week candidate for Jonathan Cleaver. Morana dispossesses it. Espinal. Not given any room from Jonathan Ricketts. The Miller side wants them to be a little more calm and mindful of their positioning. Boise threatening. Good defensive positioning there from Derek Banholzer. As Moshebaum found daylight right at the edge of the area. Winks it off a kicker. And no easy task for Blake Bodley. Headed right to the threatening area of the Red Army. Bodley, header down and just wide. Filione calling for the ball. Has dealt well with all the traffic and service inside the area. Tonight has made 2 saves. Again, good to see him back to his feet after went down for just a short minute. First meeting tonight ever between the Richmond Kickers and AC Boise. As Luca Dorado cannot get through. Cleaver ready for it. This won't be the last time these two will see each other this year, and it will actually come a lot quicker than most people think. This matchup will head up to Boise, Idaho on June 10th. Kickoff at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be a fresh face and a quick turnaround. Espinal gets by Ricketts. Solid defending there. Able to keep his lower body quite solid and stiff. No room for Espinal to work, and it sets up Bodley in transition. The touch goes out. Jonathan Ricketts has put on a dazzling display of defense tonight. Got all ball there, no question about it. And a tough task for Darren Sawatsky to handle. Getting by Jonathan Ricketts. They've pivoted up 1-0. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Options for Bodley. Backside, curling and eventually cleared by Anderson. Another set piece late in the half for Jan Filione and company to deal with. Neither side has conceded in the final 15 minutes of play in the first half in League One matches this year. Not much scoring prowess either right before the half. Just one goal in that frame for Boise, and 2 for Richmond this year. Bodley to Ricketts. It did take a touch. This will be fun for Blake Bodley. He'll have a rowdy group of the Red Army right in his ear. Not pleased about that call. Stephen Foster, quick and confident with his whistle. Sets up Boise again on the corner. It's batted by Filion and cleared away. Blake Bodley, who led both teams in their 2-0 loss to Sarasota Paradise. Chances created in total crosses. Certainly found the ball at his feet on plenty of occasions as Inya Among right over the head of Jan Filion. Moshaban arguing that there was a touch. Even going through all the motions, and Stephen Foster either didn't see it or it simply was not deflected. It happened so quickly. The angle of the ball didn't change much. Richmond able to keep as we're just beyond the 40th minute from City Stadium. I'm Josh Lill. Very pleased to have you with us tonight. Luca Dorado displeased that there was a handball. Mayaka fights through. Bodley. Richmond give it away. Bodley with a game-high 7 crosses. Couldn't unleash Moon. Miranda deflected. Ricketts keeps. Plenty of room to work. Takes advantage of his space. And the corner kick prevented. Acrobatic effort. The Red Army loves every bit of it. Not an easy play, twisting and turning. Especially with momentum in your body on 2 different wavelengths. Among. Bodley. Header, Moshaban. Filion watches it go out past the byline. Johansson has found himself in the attacking third on plenty of occasions. Created a good chance. Right now this high press for Nate Miller. He'll attempt to win the ball back immediately. Morena. Hamer, the lone goal scorer. Soyford picks out Amer. Tests the defense, somehow gets through, and a little overzealous in his attempt to find Darwin Espinal. He loves every bit of it. Supportive of the aggressive switch. Stoppage time just 90 seconds away. Darren Sawansky paces the far touchline. The difference between going into the locker room up 1-0 and we're tied 1-1 is so great. Defensive solidity, ever so important right now. Richmond have taken away play in the wide spaces tonight. They forced guys like Blake Bodley and Nick Moon to work a bit more centrally and vertically versus stretching things out. As you may have seen in recent matches, AC Boise has dominated. They'll rely on service here. Hansen might take his own, calls his own number. Plays that off the back of Neil Seufert. We've seen it on plenty of occasions tonight. Another corner for Boise. They're 9th. Fans a little nervous. This 1-0 lead makes the margin for error so slim. The fourth official has indicated 3 minutes of stoppage time. A couple of injuries don't take up too much time as Bodley on the give and go. Backside knockdown. It went off the side netting. And Richmond take over. Such a daring ball from Bodley. Goes out past the boundary set by the byline. And Jan Filion certainly in no rush to get to the ball. Anderson and Seufert playing a little hot potato. And turn it over to Boise. Key tonight for the visitors, of course, they create volume. They can dominate the ball. But can they execute? Nick Moon. Pleading that there was a deflection. Doesn't go his way. And that execution piece still lacking for the visitors. Nine shots in the first half. 2 of them on target and nothing to show for it. Richmond with 7 shot attempts. 3 have tested Jonathan Cleaver, and one of those did make it into the back of the net, courtesy of Austin Amer. Richmond with a good opportunity to double their lead. Or are they content? To rather play it safe. Still time. Judging by that ball, they certainly like a helter-skelter style of play versus building through Boise, which, aside from conceding the goal off the set piece, they have remained compact. They've made it tough for Richmond, but matters even more difficult. The Richmond Kickers, up 1-0 at the break. Terrence Watsky's side suffered a 5-0 loss on Wednesday, and right now, back on the right track so far. Can they maintain the high intensity and volume of attack on the counter and limit a Boise team that has looked composed for the most part? We'll have another 45 minutes to answer all your questions. Again, a huge thank you to all those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. It's Military Appreciation Night at City Stadium, and Darwin Espinal and company certainly appreciative of the 1-0 lead they have going to break. Halftime and this score is brought to you by Simplicity VoIP.
Health. Suddenly that word seems more important these days, as it's consumed all aspects of our lives and made our universes feel smaller than ever. But at Bon Secours, your health has always been our top priority, and we're staying as committed as always to personalizing the right care for you. Because whether here or from home, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. Bon Secours, primary care for the universe of you. Visit bonsecours.com/primary care to connect with the provider today.
Las abogadas nos sentimos orgullosas de ser parte de la comunidad latina de Richmond. Somos un equipo legal que comparte la alegría y el amor por la familia. Y cuando las familias de nuestra comunidad enfrentan problemas migratorios, las escuchamos para ofrecerles justicia. Somos abogadas especializadas que defendemos la dignidad humana. Entendemos y empatizamos con los problemas de las familias inmigrantes. Somos madres protectoras que defendemos con pasión los derechos de las infancias. Nuestras hijas e hijos tienen derecho a jugar y divertirse sin miedo. Si usted sueña con tener una vida familiar en Richmond, libre de preocupaciones migratorias, podemos ayudarle. En nuestras oficinas encontrará calidez humana. Somos abogadas, mujeres y madres comprometidas con defender a nuestra comunidad latina. Contáctenos hoy mismo para agendar una evaluación de su caso.
Las abogadas RBA, sus abogadas de migración.
Las abogadas, sus abogadas de inmigración.
Halftime is brought to you by Simplicity VOIP. It is the Richmond Kickers up 1-0 against AC Boise at home. It's been a busy week in USL League One matches. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, today. I mean, what's not to love? But we'll start off with New York Cosmos against Union Omaha at home. And the first answer at the hour mark was Aaron Gomez here on the service, able to put it home. That would make it 1-0 Omaha. About 20 minutes later, Cosmos would answer. Genzetti would make it a 1-1 match, and then things would fall apart at the very end. Kempis Tequila, a known threat up atop any formation, pounds that one home. Top shelf boomer. And Omaha remain atop the league after that 2-1 victory. Up next, Knoxville at home against the Greenville Triumph, and things got a little helter-skelter at the 48th minute. Knoxville with the ball, cross inside, somehow got in off the hands of Greenville. Own goal committed against Segrist would make it 1-0 Knoxville. With just about 10 minutes left to go in this one, the match would be put away by Braudilio Rodriguez, and the defending champs continue their race to keep tight with Union Omaha atop the League One table. And yesterday, forward Madison and Corpus Christi. Madison at home for the first time in USL League One play this year, and they'd get things started off very quickly. Stephen Honor scoring for the second consecutive match. That would make it 1-0 at the 8th minute, and Derek Gebhard, Mr. Mingo, is at it again. That makes it 2-0 at the 22nd minute. And to close things out, scrappy play in front would be finished and put home by Claudel Ngubu. Those are our highlights from around the league this week, and we'll have plenty more as the league is being well covered this weekend. But today, in this moment, the Richmond Kickers up 1-0 at half. We'll have plenty of schedules, highlights, stats, and more coming up next.
Now and then, you need to stop and smell the roses, or the leaves, rocks, trees, sticks, and that one tree again.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Every veteran carries a legacy of service, strength, and sacrifice. At Tech for Troops, we're building that legacy through workforce development, mental health support, and sustainable futures. Donations of unused laptops, tablets, phones, and other tech equipment help veterans gain skills, stay connected, and access new opportunities. Tech for Troops, building veteran legacy. Learn more at techfortroops.org.
Military Appreciation Night at City Stadium. And right now the Red Army has to be pleased with their side's 1-0 lead over AC Boise. But let's take a look at what both of these clubs have coming up on their respective schedules. The Prince Tires USL Cup just around the corner, 7 days away from round 3. And the Kickers will go on the road for their next 3 games. The first against USL Championship side Loudoun United. And just 4 days later, like we mentioned, they'll head up to AC Boise. The second meeting in just under 2 weeks between one of the oldest clubs in this country and first-year side. They'll get another opportunity against an expansion club on the road against Corpus Christi. So City Stadium won't see their boys for a long time. And Darren Sawansky will look to pick up big results on the road. For AC Boise, they'll get a little Pacific Northwest rivalry in the Prince Tires USL Cup against Spokane Velocity FC. A good test for Nate Miller's side. Spokane third in the League One table right now. And of course, again, the Richmond Kickers come to town for the first time. And Boise lastly will head back on the road to face Matt Glazer and company at forward. Madison, they just picked up their first League One home victory of the year. Highlights and stats from the first half of play coming up next. Stay tuned. Richmond, AC Boise. Who will walk away with 3 points? Both sides are coming off losses in the midweek. 3 points are crucial tonight.
The first half is in the books in USL League One. We hope you're enjoying the match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with the headlines from the week. One expansion club stunned another in Week 12. Fort Wayne handed AC Boise its first home defeat after Boise began the season with a very impressive 5-game unbeaten run at home in all competitions. Boise's streak is the 5th longest to begin an inaugural season in League One history. Don't look now, but 2 red-hot clubs have jumped above the playoff line and hope to climb even higher. Charlotte Independence defeated Forward Madison 3-1 to run its unbeaten streak to 4 matches, moving into 6th place in the League One table. And sitting 1 point behind them is AV Alta, who also has a 4-game unbeaten run, capped by a 4-0 victory against the New York Cosmos. AV Alta moves into the 8th spot in the League One table.
Congratulations to Spokane Velocity goalkeeper Sean Lewis for collecting his 200th career save, a USL League One record. His regular season totals in League One include 72 appearances, 26 shutouts, and a save percentage above 75. League One and the USL Championship have loaded the month of June with national spotlight broadcasts. CBS Sports Network will feature the Tampa Bay Rowdies and Charleston Battery, and Las Vegas Lights against Orange County. ESPN2 will feature Forward Madison against Fort Wayne. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Hey, I'm Watha. Welcome to the Compliment Barber Show. Come on in.
Hi, Alice. It's your auntie. I had the best visit to the Y, just like you said I would. I got a tour of the gym. I saw your friend at the pool. They showed me your classroom and a place for me to learn too. And I saw the place where all the backpacks go like you told me about. Girl power! I'm back home now, but I hope you had a great day and I can't wait for you to show me around.
Wow.
Love you, honey.
The Y, your place to thrive.
We're just moments away from the second half of play between the Richmond Kickers and AC Boise. I'm Josh Lill. Happy to have you with us. Halftime brought to you by Simplicity VOIP. And while we have a moment, let's take a look at how we got to where we are at this moment. First half highlights. And jumping in, Richmond with a constant amount of pressure off corner kicks. And it was Austin Amer on this bounce, able to net that one right by Jonathan Cleaver. That's his first goal contribution in a Richmond kit. And at the 25th minute mark, Derek Banholzer found himself on the fast break and could not connect in the end with Mayaka in pursuit. Both sides would continue to add opportunity just beyond the half-hour mark. Another set-piece chance for Richmond. Nils Seufert, the header, and what a stop from Jonathan Cleaver. Certainly a save of the week candidate. Leaping to that top right corner, smacks it away. Might have hit the head of Jonathan Ricketts, but nonetheless, that's why it's not 2-0. It is 1-0 in favor of Richmond. UC Boise, however, in front in the shots department. Richmond have been able to test more on frame. Nate Miller's side dominant in possession. Both coaches knew that would be the case coming into this one, but 15 corner kicks between both teams. Seen a lot of attacking action in each final third. It's paved the way for plenty of set-piece chances, and right now there's the hero, Austin Amer. Standing right by Owen O'Malley as they await the whistle of Stephen Foster to begin play in the second half. Richmond go right to left, Boise left to right. Boise in the white kits, Richmond in the blue. The beautiful sunset from City Stadium. There's the whistle. And we are underway for the final 45 minutes of play between Richmond and UC Boise. An early chance for Richmond. Cleaver goes untested It certainly was a threatening chance. High press from Luca Dorado and company. Richmond are playing confidently. And the same can be said for Boise. They just haven't been able to convert on their 10 shots. Darwin Espinal. Service, settle down, wind up. O'Malley goes down. Stays with Richmond. Always dangerous when a player hits the deck inside the penalty area. Your mind goes to one place. It's from 12 yards out at the spot. Richmond win it high. Sargis plays it out. First substitution of the evening, and Sean Vinberg on the pitch for this public substitution. Blake Bodley, plenty of room to work. Couldn't go the distance. Vinberg, of course, has been plagued by injury along with the likes of Tyler Freeman this year. And many others. Ethan Koss still unavailable. Darwin Espinal had a nifty move on the far touchline back in the first half. Although it's no surprise everyone in USL League One knows the technical abilities of Espinal. It's a Golden Boot winner in Nice just a couple of years ago, but Moon has that one stopped. Jan Filion saw it from distance. Nick Moon, we mentioned how good he can be with his left foot, but just cutting inside overall, working centrally, is a strength of his. Forces Jan Filion to sprawl for the stop. No surprise here, our 16th corner kick of the evening. Taken by Hayden Sargis, who's filled in for Jake Dangler in absence of injury. Sargis low to the ground, off of Krull. And last touched by a Richmond player. And Sargis comes in with a lot of experience as he's back over this ball. 7 matches in the MLS with DC United. He's bounced around with Loudoun United, Phoenix Rising, Las Vegas Lights in the USL Championship. That one might have gone off the woodwork. Kept in, and Mo Shaban way over the head of Jan Filion. But Nate Miller is quite confident with the abilities of Hayden Sargis. His placement nearly golden. Mo Shaban couldn't finish. Sargis, at just 24 years old, brings a league play out of the back to the table. Very good at disguising passes. As the coaching staff very confident with his offensive capabilities, it's just shoring up things on the defensive side of the ball. As Hansen, heavy touch, Among, service, late in there. Krull. Speaking of Sargis, you wonder how far forward he will come forward in this spot. Richmond says it was last touched by Boise, and that is the case. Uji Marana was emphatic about this ball going the way of the hosts. His plead works. Boise take over immediately. Not afraid to take space. Mo Shaban loses it to Marana. Couldn't catch the run of Dorado. Mayaka. Plays it outside to Bodley. Hansen. Bodley calls for it. Comes darting into the area, and Hansen whiffed on the ball. Can Richmond take advantage? Flag stays down for Luca Dorado. Luca Dorado calls his own number. Luca Dorado, untouched in open space, and City Stadium has turned into a frenzy. Adversity is a beautiful thing. It can either break you down or build you up. And Darren Sawatsky's side have looked completely different today. Hayden Sargis beaten open space by Luca Dorado. It's his second goal with Richmond this year, his first in league play. You saw it a bit with Austin Amer's goal. The same can be said here. A sigh of relief from Luca Dorado. Really, the rest of these Richmond players. Talked about it early on in the second half, but Sao Paulo native, a key signing in the offseason for Darren Sawatsky and company, who over the past couple of years really emphasized the youth movement. He worked with Griffin Garnett, who was sold overseas. A highly coveted defensive player who was going to pursue higher ranks in his professional career, but Jacob Kroll hit the ball out of the air, and the Richmond players desperate for a booking. Kroll, that's not a move you really see from a veteran. And Stephen Foster calming everybody down. He'll talk with Sam Layton, who he addresses as the captain. Jacob Kroll and Blake Bodley over, the two captains, and Kroll having words. Dorado can't believe it. He smacked that ball right out of the air. Not a move you see a whole lot, let alone from a veteran who's played in this league as much as Jacob Kroll. Already amassed 13,000 League One regular season minutes. That's fourth coming into tonight. He's eighth in all-time regular season matches in League One with now 156. That is an odd sight from a player that couldn't be more opposite of. Nonetheless, we play on. Seufert fakes out with Panholzer. Saw that action earlier in the match. No chance for Marana to save it. The crowd's still a little restless, as they wanted a yellow card shown to Jacob Kroll for simply smacking the ball out of the air. Long-hounded Moon. Nick Moon. Mo Shaban out to Moon. Bodley calling for it. Gets there. Villion off his line. A sliding clear from Nils Seufert. Nick Moon disagrees with the call. Had a nice interaction there with Muji Marana on the far side of the pitch. O'Malley. Quick header, and Mayaka prevents it from getting through. Moon again. Appears to have a majority of the touches for Boise so far. Given zero room to work. No fans, do you want a seat like that? Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats like those. Moshaban got clipped from behind. Stephen Foster with much conviction on that whistle. Espinal thought it was a little light and shown the yellow card. Second yellow in league play this year for Darwin Espinal. Moshaban had that left leg out in the air. Espinal did not give him room to land safely. Right around the hour mark. An important attacking opportunity here for Boise. They trail by 2.
A yellow card caution has been issued to Richmond number 19, Darwin Espinal.
A lot of the goals the Kickers have conceded have come earlier on in matches. Of their 12 goals allowed, 7 come in the first half hour of League One matches. Bodily, a curler, Moon's header. O'Malley right there. It trickles along the byline, and Richmond somehow take over. It didn't look promising. But able to use lemons to make lemonade. That chance quickly wiped away. Philip Mayaka. See how deep he falls into the formation. Really the quarterback of this Boise offense. That first pass really sets the tone for what's to come, and Mayaka back with it. No better man to be on it. Sets up Moon. Collides. Hansen, a second denial. Richmond break through. Dorado. His speed is known. Works centrally. Aimer outside. Panholzer. O'Malley. Not even close. O'Malley quick to the ball, not afraid of the attempt. Certainly one of the more vocal players on this Richmond roster. Hinted at, or we alluded to the youth movement that Darren Sawansky and the Richmond Kickers have set up in years past. This year, guys like James Snedden, Beckett Howell, all developed, a little bit older, Landon Johnson in that conversation. They wanted to bring in a little more veteran presence to help the young guys in their next phase of their careers. Guys like Dorado, a key example. Panholzer didn't have a lot of room to work. And Owen O'Malley, as we had previously alluded to, was immediately welcomed with open arms by the Richmond Kickers. Coach Sawansky pointing out in our days leading up to the match that Owen O'Malley, one of the most vocal, opinionated guys he's ever been around, but he loves that. Because in this game, it's the opinions of the players that not only add the human aspect, but it helps the soccer side of things. And the second you take away the player's ability to be opinionated, the human aspect and soccer aspect both take back seats, and that's where you can find struggles. Owen O'Malley has certainly found a home along with the likes of the rest of the veterans brought in here to Richmond. They look to maintain this shutout. Ball in dangerous territory, and Seufert can eventually clear. Richmond knew that Boise would certainly be the aggressors tonight, and that is still the case. Game high 14 shots for the visitors. They've gotten into the box in final third nearly double the amount of times that the kickers have. Time to be young again. Never too young to develop that early love for football. Substitutions ready as the kickers ready to bring on reinforcements. Derek Panholzer sees the end of his day, and it's Josh Kirkland, who scored 8 goals across all competitions a year ago in atop the formation on the first of several public substitutions. Like we mentioned, Josh Kirkland in. Dennis Kostashin, and our player to watch for AC Boise. He replaces Joe Hansen.
Substitutions in the 62nd minute.
Kostashin, the April Player of the Month in USL League One, has really made a name for himself on this public substitution. The Ukrainian forward has caught the attention of many fans around the league as Jan Filion slow to get up. Kostashin scored the first goal in the history of AC Boise against Sarasota. Part of the reason he earned those April Player of the Month honors is 3 goals, 1 assist, 10 shots and 3 chances created. Certainly paved the way for Boise to go on a successful run. As Kirkland chases, gets on it. Boise started out 4-2-2 in league play on the year. We can put Dennis Kostashin up there as a major contributor in the early season success for this expansion side. Mayaka out wide to Bonnelly. Richmond have done such a good job of taking away that give and go chance that Bonnelly was in search of. Take away the flanks, bait you centrally, and then pry it free, get out in transition. No room for Moon, as Boise have to rethink things. Kostashin also a Player of the Week for match week 7. Had a brace in a 4-0 victory over Westchester SC. The big question mark is, can those scoring capabilities get up? Just 1 goal in May. It came in the Prinks Tires USL Cup. Moon. Inyap. Swung around. Sargis. Shaban. One back by Richmond. Seufert plays the long ball. It's through to Kirkland. Forces him out of position a little bit. And into a one-on-one spot with Jacob Kroll. Centering ball. And wide right of Jonathan Cleaver.
Your attention, please. Public substitution in the 66th minute.
More public substitutions. Ready for Richmond. Austin Amer, who right now has the game-winning goal. First goal contribution for him in a kicker kit. Makes way for Ali Sasanka. One of the best on the dribble for Richmond.
All sales stopped after the 70th minute. The last call for alcoholic beverages.
And that substitution brought to you by Publix. Sasanka, also a defensive-minded midfielder. Loose ball, and that one won't count. The Red Army thinks it does, but in their case, sadly not. For those who have watched the professional game of soccer, no goal will ever come that easy for any team, especially with two clubs in Richmond and Boise going at it tonight. Bodily rifles that one off the near side netting. Saw an opportunity on his own and decided to take it on Hayden Anderson. How that ball got through, I don't know. There's Sean Vinberg and Hayden Anderson made a tight seal defensively. It's just the raw ability of a guy like Blake Bodily to somehow muster that one through. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Even for trailing 2-0, shot numbers are quite eye-opening for AC Boise. 15 shots, 3 of them on target. If you tuned in for halftime, you might have heard that AC Boise put up 31 shots and he lost to Fort Wayne FC. Not only in a loss, but 31 shots is quite unbelievable. Third highest in League One regular season history. But the results have not been in favor of the 5 teams who have accomplished that very feat. 2 out of 5 victories. AC Boise, one of those 3 losses. As we near the 70th minute, Boise in search of their first goal. This seems promising. Bodily and Filion with a solid stop. Came out with confidence. Bodily certainly not the easiest of players to come off your line to defend. Stephen Foster. Quick to the area where that foul was committed. And now goes to his pocket again. But here in this previous look, Bodily tried to play that one over the head of Filion, who was out at the edge of his 6-yard box. Another player in the books for Stephen Foster. And that is just the 4th booking tonight. Sam Layton, the 3rd booking against Richmond. And my goodness, if we had as many bookings as we do corner kicks, which is 17, Sam Layton might need a new book. Stephen Foster, excuse me. Filion collects with confidence. The job is far from finished. Richmond are playing confident. Espinal on the steal again. Gets by a couple of defenders. Mayaka with a touch from behind. Loosens it up. Gives Boise a chance to build out of the back. High press look from Richmond. And yeah, in search of play on the outside. Espinal takes it away. They'll try the left. Landon Johnson in. Keeps play inside. Bodily. Mayaka. And Mayaka close to the ball. Left a lot of room between that top line and the back line. Richmond took advantage of the space. Forced Boise to scramble. Conley with it. Heavy touch. Kicked out by Sean Vinberg. Another public sub on the way. Omar Yaya in for AC Boise. Eden Sargis will see the end of his day on this public substitution.
Boise substitution in the 72nd minute, leaving the match number
Omar Yaya, very good in the wide areas, as pointed out by Nate Miller. And quite the collegiate journey. Omar Yaya, Cal State Fullerton, St. Mary's, most famously Utah Valley. He led the conference in goals with a dozen scores back in 2024. He was an all-conference player on 2 occasions. He's never scored a professional goal. What a moment it would be. This Richmond defense has been quite stingy. Clear down for Boise on the far side. Bodily escapes Anderson. Jersey tug there. Stephen Foster quick to the pocket. Shows the yellow. And Anderson will head to his defensive duties. Nothing special about it. Simple jersey tug. You can't have that. Tactical reasoning though for Hayden Anderson. Blake Bodily so good on the outside. Here it's getting to his inside footer, working vertically to cross. Owen O'Malley on the ground right now.
Has been issued to Richmond number 3, Hayden Anderson.
Helped up by the training staff. Couple moments of rest for both sides. Such an improvement tonight for Richmond. If you look at that 3-game win streak that they recently had, the stats were quite good. It's Tyler Freeman checking for Darren Sawatsky.
Public substitution in the 75th minute.
Substitution brought to you by Publix, and what a moment for the 23-year-old. Only taken part in 2 matches this year. One of several players that have just been inflicted with injury early on. Took part in the AV Alta and Naples match. Sat out 6 consecutive. Finally makes his return to the grass. Up ahead, Johnson might have lost it. Gets by Mayaka, fights through it. And Landon Johnson taken down. Immediate whistle. And Stephen Foster again, back to the pocket. Bodily frustrated. Richmond faithful love every bit of it. Landon Johnson, so speedy. How he got through Mayaka, I don't know. Bodily back checks into Landon Johnson. He is tired. He's done so much of the work tonight for AC Boise. Along with Nick Moon, the heart of this attack. Stephen Foster draws out the line so that the distance is respected. Now Seufert this year has not scored a goal. He tallied 5 a year ago. And Darwin Espinal is crafty as they get. Who's take? Espinal going for goal. Cleaver protects. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Great chance for Espinal. Substitutions for the visitors. Threaded through. Shaban. Bodily. Like Bodily. And to his right. And Anderson concedes the corner kick. Bodily again to take. AC Boise. Again, very good chance creation. Bodily will take off the captain's armband. Pass it along to Philip Mayaka. Keegan Euler, the latest public substitution. Euler, an all-conference player in college. Popped up, wind up, took a couple of bounces. Not threatening at all for Richmond. And yeah, with Freeman defending. Jacob Krull. Another player that can be very aggressive from the back row for Boise. Hasn't found his comfortability tonight in the attacking half. It's credit to Richmond. Kickers during their 3-game win streak averaged 2 goals a game, about 5.5 shots on target per match, and converted around 21%. Yeah. The conversion rate tipped just below 8% in any one of their non-victories in League One this year. Yeah, headed, stopped by Filion, and Kostashin puts it home. A scramble play at the net. That's about as unconventional as it gets. Sean Vinberg and Jan Filion livid. Let's take another look here. It's played in by Yaya. Goes off the head of Brito. Kostashin right there. Richmond players in search of an offside call. And Kostashin, who nearly went all of May without a League One goal, gets back on the score sheet. We knew it from the start of the match, whether he started or came off the bench. Dennis Kostashin is going to have an impact either way in this one. League goal number 5 on the year. That's half a dozen across all competitions for the 28-year-old from Ukraine. All of a sudden, the lead not so comfortable for Richmond. Boise, with 10 minutes to go, have late match momentum. Anderson couldn't keep. Watch the USL Championship in League One on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings.
Your attention, please. Tonight's attendance at City Stadium is 4,207.
4,207
Thank you, Richmond,
on deck tonight at City Stadium. Just a little below their average on the year, but again, you see a great crowd every home match for the Kickers. The support consistent, true through all the years. Makes it one of the coolest places to play a match in this league every year. Brito had his jersey tugged. Byline cross. And it's corralled by Jan Filion. He does not want anyone near him. Certain to boot it. And eventually does. Mayaka wrestled to the deck. That'll warrant a yellow. Stephen Foster with no problem going to the pocket.
A yellow card caution has been issued to Richmond number 6.
Ali Sasanka
in the 82nd minute.
Whistled for the unsporting-like foul. Foster will head back to his spot. That type of tackle is reserved for a certain type of football played in the latter months of the calendar year. Shin from distance, untested. Aaron Swansky's side has conceded 2 goals in the final 15 minutes of matches in league play. Coming into tonight, of course that one in the 79th minute, so make it 3. Each side has had their fair share of struggles closing out matches. Boise in the final 15 minutes of league matches, they've let up 4 scores. Espinal quick to the ball, Ricketts with the shield. Cleaver, heavy ball to Mayaka, chance, it's floated and missed. Oh, Tyler Freeman, he'll want that one back. Jonathan Cleaver out of position. An errant ball found Tyler Freeman. He did a little too much with it. The net had his name written all over it. Couldn't inscribe it. Moon sees daylight. Nick Moon into the area. Euler pressured in the corner. Trusts Moon. In search of Kostashin. Sent way into the Richmond night sky. Freeman called for the foul. Boise go quickly. Yeah. Header centering, very close and promising for Nick Moon. Yaya has come in and provided a spark off the bench. A well-timed header. Nice placement. Aaron Swansky will certainly keep an eye on those central areas. They've taken away play on the flanks for Boise. And of course, take away one area of their game, another opportunity might open. They nearly found it there as they quickly work forward, and what a shot. You could see the sunset here in Richmond, just under 70 degrees. A touch from Brito. Kostashin lost it. Kirkland turns and draws the foul. Enter the Prinks Tires USL Cup Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. Scan the QR code on the screen and enter today. Mayaka Hope beginning to run out here on AC Boise. Espinal shaken up. Kirkland, a proven goal scorer. Ups to Morana. Espinal writhing in pain on the near side of your screen. Taking a moment to rest. Stephen Foster looked over momentarily as he grabs at his lower body. Numbers for Boise. And wind up, what a stop from Philly out, and the second chance is put in. Nick Moon, what a moment. Boise come back from down 2 goals and preserve the result. His 30th birthday is tomorrow, and that is the best early birthday present you'll get if you're Nick Moon. Second chance balls have given both sides a lot of hope tonight, and right now it's Nick Moon and AC Boise who could have the last laugh. Do you think Boise or Richmond are done now? We are in for an exciting match. And for the final 3 minutes or so, then added time. Two goals conceded within the final 15 minutes of regulation by Richmond. Three points were a must tonight for Darren Sawatsky's side. They wanted to get back above the playoff line. And all of a sudden, Dennis Kostashin and Nick Moon, two players that have been crucial, along with Blake Bodley in the offensive success of the team, have come back to keep this one going, and Kostashin thought he had the brace. He couldn't believe it. Here's another look at it. Handball called against Boise. Richmond take over. Kirkland flicks it behind. Espinal. Curling ball finds no one. Frustration setting in for Richmond as we're 90 seconds away from stoppage time. And a 2-0 lead all the way up to the 79th minute. And in just 7 minutes time, that lead has disappeared. Jonathan Cleaver and the rest of AC Boise are very much alive. Last touched by Nick Moon. But there is still hope right now for Richmond to recover the 3 points. Sasanka, Espinal, Kirkland dashing into the middle. Deflected off of Mayaka, taken by Kostashin. Plays it deep. Luan Brito collided there with Sean Vinberg. Boise last to touch. Stoppage time looming. This is shaping up to be a fantastic finish as Kirkland gets through. Josh Kirkland evades defenders. Josh Kirkland has that one blocked. Hard to tell who was last to touch. He got by Jacob Krull. Put away Jonathan Ricketts. Rescue play for Boise. Landon Johnson onto his right. Johnson covered up by Keegan Euler. 5 minutes of stoppage time announced. Again, plenty of time for either team to get on the score sheet. Omar Yaya. You can see the intensity on his face in that quick moment. Every decision so important. Every action needs to be precise. Critical points on the line for either side. Cross deflected and into the hands of Jan Filion. Heavy kick through. We'll go keeper to keeper here. Kroll, Mayaka. Kroll through. Richmond regained possession. Mayaka. Kirkland with a quick touch. Played outside, a shove from behind by Ali Sasanka. And we do play on. Dennis Kostishin to the ground. Long ball through, Kirkland. Screened by Kroll. Both clubs trading long balls on the past couple of attacking attempts. Momentum is one of the craziest things in sports. It looked like all Richmond. But we mentioned the chance creation by AC Boise, the volume that it comes in. We were just due to strike. Finally able to convert. This attempt certainly won't be easy. It falls. Mayaka in a heated battle with Landon Johnson. Anderson watches this one trickle to the near side. Tyler Freeman with green grass to run. Given the inside and over the head of Josh Kirkland, who visibly showed some frustration after that miscommunication. About 90 seconds left in the match. We'll certainly keep an eye on Stephen Foster as he checks his watch. Moon. Brito couldn't save it. Final League One match before round 3 of the Prinks Tires USL Cup for both these clubs. They'll both go on the road. Mayaka with the interception. Forces the defender to fall. Luan Brito. Gets by Vinberg. Played up ahead. Shot deflected. And a corner kick. And for AC Boise, Omar Yaya. Given a little too much room to work. Sought the chance. Puts Richmond in a very difficult spot. Kostishin with Richmond fans right in his left ear. Without swing. In search of Inya, Kroll. Unable to keep it in. Jonathan Cleaver off his line, and there is the final whistle. 3 points for neither side, and Darren Sawatsky's team concedes 2 goals inside the final 11 minutes of play after leading 2-0. AC Boise rescue points, and this one finishes 2-2 apiece. A thriller from City Stadium. Certainly did not disappoint for a couple of clubs who were shut out in the midweek. To pick up a point is certainly a move in the right direction, but when it comes to conceding 2 goals late and losing out on 3 points, frustration is certainly understandable from Darren Sawansky and the Richmond Kickers. Now for our man of the match tonight, it's presented by Las Abogadas RVA. Congrats to Austin Amer. Our first time we saw him record a goal contribution in a Richmond Kickers kit. He would make it 1-0 today. And again, the man of the match, brought to you by Las Abogadas RVA, is Austin Amer. Final score tonight, presented by Tech for Troops. Special night here, a military appreciation night at City Stadium. This one finishes in exciting fashion. Richmond and Boise, 2-2.
We would not have a business today if it weren't for the support of the many, many people within the Richmond community. To me, we're working as a team to enhance the quality of life for all residents.
It's about being the best that you can be. It's about enriching the lives of people in your community. There's a reason why we have the tagline Nourish, because it's really about nourishing the lives of the people that work for us and the people that we serve. That's what the UCrops brand stands for.
Health. Suddenly that word seems more important these days, as it's consumed all aspects of our lives and made our universes feel smaller than ever. But at Bon Secours, your health has always been our top priority, and we're staying as committed as always to personalizing the right care for you. Because whether here or from home, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. Bon Secours, primary care for the universe of you. Visit bonsecours.com/primary care to connect with a provider today.
Final score again from City Stadium. The Richmond Kickers and Athletic Club Boise finish deadlocked at 2 apiece. Final score brought to you by Tech for Troops. And there again is our man of the match, presented to you by Las Abogadas RVA. Austin Amer being interviewed by the local media as he recorded his first goal contribution as a Richmond Kicker. Now full-time highlights are brought to you by Tech for Troops. It was an exciting finish to this one, no doubt, but the Richmond Kickers got out on the front foot. Austin Amer, second chance ball, able to find the net. That would make it 1-0 Richmond. And then later on in the match, just beyond the start of the second half, or excuse me, just before, Neil Seufert curling ball in this header, and what a stop from Jonathan Cleaver, leaping to prevent that header from getting in. The match would stay at 1-0 apiece. And then here is our play of the match, presented by Courtyard by Marriott. Luca Dorado beating a couple of defenders in open space and able to beat Jonathan Cleaver. That would make it 2-0 Richmond Kickers. And then things would get a little eerie. Darren Sawansky's side up 2-0. And in the 78th minute, Boise strike gold. A massive stop off the header from Luan Brito, but Dennis Kostashin, right place, right time. He is onside. That would make it 2-1. Just 7 minutes later, Nick Moon has his first shot stopped. Second chance ball put away, and that would secure the result for AC Boise. So if you think about it, both the goals for AC Boise, the first for Richmond, came off second chance opportunities conceded by the keepers. It just goes to show, if you hustle to the net, you'll put yourself in the right spot for success. Full-time stats are also brought to you by Tech for Troops. This one finishes level at 2 apiece. Look at that, AC Boise, 24 shots tonight compared to Richmond's 17. 17 is good, but 24, just phenomenal for Nate Miller's side. They had 69% of the ball. And of course, 19 corner kicks, saw a lot of set-piece chances in the attacking third this evening. Brinks Tires USL Cup action ahead for both sides. Richmond goes on the road to face Loudoun United on June 6th, and later that evening, AC Boise will head up to Spokane Velocity. Final here, brought to you by Tech for Troops. Richmond, Boise finish at 2 apiece. A huge thanks to our entire crew for making this broadcast possible. I'm Josh Lill saying so long from Richmond, Virginia. Have a great night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.